It's just another Muzzle Monday. Oh, I wish it were Sunday, but it's Monday, and it's time for another Muzzle video. Spin. Yay! Welcome back to Muzzle Monday. Today, we're going to talk about how to get started teaching our dogs to happily wear a muzzle. And today, helping me is my dog, Curly. He's 12, and he's not great at wearing a muzzle, so you guys are going to see the very beginning of teaching your dog how to wear a muzzle. What you're going to need is you're going to need a clicker potentially, or a verbal marker like a yes or a yep. You're also going to need your muzzle, which Curly saved over here for us. And you're also going to need some treats. It's helpful if the treats are already broken up. So take a moment, make sure your treats are bite-sized pieces for your dog. That might mean that they're the size of a pea, and that way it's easy to deliver to them. He's ready to get started training. So if you're going to use a clicker, it's really important that you make sure the clicker is never close to your dog's head, because we don't want them to have a huge loud click in their ear. Good job, bud. Make sure he likes these treats. Good. So I've got my treats. Whoops, I have too many treats. I have my treats underneath my clicker. I'm gonna put the ring around. Get that one, bud. And then I have my thumb available to click the clicker. If you're not comfortable using a clicker or don't have one, or your dog's worried about sounds, just say yes or yep or good, something short and sweet so they know they were correct. Next, I'm gonna get my muzzle out. So depending on where your dog is in training and how they are with equipment, you might go really fast. So some of these steps, I might have to take much longer time with this dog, but you might be able to go really quickly. So first, I just want to create a positive association with the muzzle. So I'm going to present it either in my hand or on the floor. I'm going to click or say yes, and then I'm going to deliver the treat away from the muzzle. That way they have to come. I know you're excited. That way you have to come back to it, or the dog has to come back to it, right? So I'm going to set it down. Yes. Okay. Don't throw it too far, because otherwise that could be punishing. Nice. And all we're looking for is the dog to go close to it, which you can see he has no problem going close. I want the dog to see this as a positive. So every time this muzzle comes out, good things happen. My owner lights up, I get a click and a treat, I like that. Good. So he understands that he's getting this. So the next step would be me holding it, and I'm waiting for him to do something with it. Nice, he's good at it. But you could just take your dog punching it with their nose. We won't accept any paw action. I'm still gonna toss it away to reset him, so I have a minute to bring my muzzle back. Good boy, yes. I was a little slow on my click there, you caught me, kid. And it's hard because he's very energetic. Your dog may not be as energetic, that's okay. Good boy. I'm going to wait for him to back up a little bit. Good. So you see he's just jamming his face in there. He loves it. You can see I'm not great with my timing sometimes. I'm human. Good. So I just want him to know putting your face in this thing is awesome. And he thinks it is awesome, which is fantastic. So if he's incorrect, I just wait. He's pushing it all over. And so I might remove it to reset it, let him have a moment. He gets himself a little worked up, higher arousal with treats and clicks. Good. And you can do it maybe 10 times in a session and then end. We want the dog to want more. You can see he wants more. He could do it all day. But I want to leave the dog wanting more and having a positive association with training time. Good. So now you can see we're getting a little bit better in sync. And we're not looking for perfection. This is our first training time together, right? So we just want the dog, good boy, that wasn't even close to right. On my side, go ahead, get ahead, where'd it go? Where'd it go? See, he missed it, so it's a little punishing. There we go. It's my only way to get him away from me. And if it's too confusing for your dog, good job, bud, you're all done, we're gonna take a break. So I'm gonna have an all done signal to show him we're done. Good job, bud. So that he's gonna be worked up, don't get me wrong. But I wanna make sure that he knows we're taking a break. He gets really worked up, and I just want enough for him to poke his head in or notice it, right? The next level would be poking his head in and holding it for a second or two before he gets the click and the treat. So I'm looking for a little bit of calmness, just holding the muzzle on his face. That's gonna be our next step. But while I'm still working on this outside of our training here together, what I'm going to do is I'm also gonna show you how to start, you're doing a great job, kid, how to start getting them ready to put their head through the strap. So while we're teaching them that the muzzle itself is awesome, and we're teaching them to shove their face in it, good job, is I also want to teach the dog to put their head through here. I think this is still not the right size. I definitely would recommend, sorry honey, I would definitely recommend getting a buckle for this if you know someone who can sew or you can find one that has a buckle. I find they're easy to manipulate versus this little buckle system. I'd rather have a snap. I know, you're doing great waiting there. And again, it doesn't have to be the right size right now. It just has to be enough for him to put his head through. So I'm gonna get a couple more treats. Good job, bud. And what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna have my clicker because I don't have enough hands right now. And I'm gonna draw his face through here. Yay, good job. So he can wear it like a necklace. Good boy. I know it's a little weird. Now I'm not gonna leave this on him without supervision because you could just saw there, he kind of thought it was icky. So I wanna make sure he doesn't mind it hanging around his neck. And he's choosing to go through very easily. If your dog is more concerned, good boy. Some treating coming off as well. Okay, let's wait for a second. If your dog is more concerned, I might leave it, and then if they come up to it, I'm gonna reward it. With him, he's not worried, so I can just draw it through. And then he can walk around the house like this, as long as it doesn't really bother him. So he just gets that sensation. So I can be working on his face portion separate, or chew on it. I can work on his face portion, good boy. At the same time, I'm working around his neck. Good job. So tune in for your next step next week, where we're gonna ask our dog to hold in position in the muzzle. And then we're gonna work up to more. We wanna get to the point our dog can wear the muzzle, doing everyday things like going for a walk, doing tricks, walking around a training room. We want to get them to the point that it's just like wearing any other piece of equipment, a harness, a collar, a leash, etc. If you have any comments, post them down below. We would love to help you with that. If you would like a personal lesson, we can also help you with that too. So leave a comment down below or send us an email. We'd be happy to meet with you in person or virtually to help you work on your dog loving wearing a muzzle. Okay, here we go. Wait.